Hey everybody, Fishman here. Welcome to another video. For a good chunk of the summer and leading up to now, not continuously, but off and on, I have been trying to breed some bettas. Now, my initial approach was really quite straightforward. I would take one of these white Rubbermaid bins that you've seen me use for raising Boismani rainbow fry. I put a male in there, I fattened him up on some scuds and regular food, and waited to see if he had any interest in building a bubble nest. And as you can see, he did. So I need now a way of introducing the female. So I haven't shown you a clip of it yet, but I have been putting a lid on top of that, so obviously he says it doesn't jump out. And I needed to shorten this tube. And even though I showed you a clip of the table saw, I didn't actually cut it on that. I ended up cutting it on the bandsaw. And as you can see, it cuts a nice straight line. I do have to turn this down though, because I want to make sure there isn't any sharp edges. And also want to make sure there's enough of a gap, just a tiny little one between this and the lid, so obviously the female can breathe. And then I put her in and let them, get acquainted. Kept her fed on scuds and also on, regular foods. And I waited to see if she showed any interest in him. Now, he's obviously very interested. He actually built a bigger bubble nest. So I waited, I think, a little over a day, and then I pulled the tube out and waited to see what happened. Here you can see the lid now with the condensation underneath it. Now, at this point, they looked quite interested in each other, and I kept a close eye on them because males can get really aggressive, and I didn't really want to lose anybody here. And even though she's really quite a robust female, I just wanted to be very careful about this. Like I said, initially, this looks actually pretty good, but you can see in the next clip, something happened. I'm not sure what it is. He decided that he just doesn't like her, and you can see now instead of just trying to court her, he's just chasing her all over the place. So I had to pull her out, and then of course I have to go through the process of letting him calm down, and then I have one other female. This is before I picked up the koi ones, and I put her in there in the tube and started the whole process all over again. And this is her coming out, and actually this I was working really well. I was actually really hoping that this is going to turn into something. They showed great interest in each other, and again, he built a big bubble nest. She was underneath the bubble nest. Lots of things seem to be going in a positive direction. But, long story short again, nothing came of it. I think she was in there. She was in there way longer than the other female was, and like I say, at some point I just got kind of concerned for her, and I pulled her out because nothing was coming of it. And I said I don't want to take a chance. Maybe I left her in too long. As it turns out, she ended up passing away. So that's why I picked up the two koi females. And you can see it's a good sized bubble nest, and like I said, there's no real aggression happening here, but nothing came of it. So again, unfortunately, she's no longer around. Even though I think they hit it off. They seem to be quite interested in each other, but again, like I said, nothing came of it. So I decided to scrap this approach. This, from my perspective, is a little too variable in the environment. So I wanted to wait until I had the pond up and running, which it is now. So I wanted to try something completely different. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to build an actual, pretty much like think of it as a bottomless aquarium. It's going to sit right in the pond, and I'm going to have a removable barrier. So I'm going to drill a bunch of holes here so the water can flow through and give them proper circulation. And the pond has a substantial volume, so this is going to be a nice large environment for them. It's going to be a lot more stable. I can feed them better because I don't have to worry about pollution with that large filtration system and all that space. The water should be much clearer and cleaner. So I'm going to introduce that male again, and initially I'm going to start off with the one that he didn't like. She's larger, much more solid, and I wanted to make sure, I want to test this out. So I also, actually, the other reason is the tank she was in, I wanted to get those guppies out of there, so I got her out of there. so I can put some baby guppy fry in there. You'll see that on Sunday. So there you go. I drilled a bunch of holes. And now it's a simple matter of making this sort of like a little slip-on. It's exactly the same as the tube that I made for the female, but this is going to be big enough that it's going to have room for both of them. So I'm going to, it's going to be a rectangle. It's going to look exactly like an aquarium without a bottom and with a removable panel. And I have them in currently together, and I'm not going to take the barrier out for probably quite a few days. I'm going to wait until I'm at least reasonably certain that there is an interest there between the two of them. And I am in the process of fattening them up on both scuds and regular food, and we'll see how that all goes. Now, to make room in the pond, I took out the egg scatterer collector, the egg collector for the white clouds. I removed that. I'm going to put it in its own aquarium because I do want to breed the zebra danios I have. And it is designed to fit in any of my tanks. So I'm going to pick one of them and I'm going to put it in there. And then I'm going to set that up to breed the zebra danios because they're actually doing really quite well. I left the white clouds in here. There's more than enough space for everybody. Another reason why I wanted to use the pond, besides getting the more stable environment, if you remember way back when I was originally contemplating doing this, I was thinking about putting a rack suspended from the ceiling of small tanks right above this that is going to draw water from this pond system. And again, that will give me a really nice stable environment, because if this actually does work out, it will be great for being able to move bettas from spot to spot without having to worry about changes in water chemistry and that sort of stuff. It'll all be the same common water. And again, it'll be a nice way of isolating males as they grow up, all kinds of stuff. So that's the plan, and we'll see how that goes. If it doesn't turn out that way, that rack actually will probably still happen, because it'll be really useful for a lot of other things as well. So we'll see how that all goes. This is one of these things that it has enough variability to it that I can use it for a number of different things. I think that's what I'm trying to say. So these are the rails that the rack's going to slide down. It is a 1/4 inch, and it's a 1/8 inch piece of acrylic that's going to slide down there. Lots of room, and I wanted it to be smooth enough that I can pull it out and put it in without disturbing any of the actual pond, or of course this thing as well. So it's going to be actually quite nice. I don't think it's going to necessarily make it easier for breeding bettas, but I think it will allow them to be more comfortable, so hopefully that will help. So this is pretty much the entire build. This is, like I said, a very straightforward little build. It didn't take long at all, and it's probably going to take a little bit long. Like, they haven't bred yet, if you're wondering. This is not going to lead to me showing you a bunch of baby bettas, unfortunately. This is all happening on Tuesday. This video is going up on Wednesday. I had recorded so much material over the summer that file is just getting way too large, and I wanted to at least get you guys caught up at where I am currently. Unfortunately, these things don't always work out the way you want them to, and hopefully they will breed, but you never know with fish. I mean, the white clouds have not spawned yet, and they are probably one of the easiest fish to breed. Probably easier than them would be the the zebra danios, but like I said, there's all kinds of things. You can just supply them with the environments that they need, and the rest is up to them. There you go. Really easy build, and it'll sit in there quite nicely. Plenty of room for everybody, so I can actually feed them quite a bit, and now it's just a matter of waiting to see what they do. And the nice thing about this is I put the holes off center a bit, as far as top to bottom goes, because I'm not sure whether the holes should be near the top, or as I just reverse this, I can flip the whole thing upside down and have them closer to the bottom. So this will be updated. Maybe I'll have some good news for you on Sunday. We shall see. I don't even know when I'm going to introduce the pair to each other. They are currently in there together. You'll see shortly. As you see, I have taken the egg scatter collector out, and I also, if you can see a clip of it in a second, the pot, the clay terracotta pot that was there, I have planted it. I put in a peace lily, and I have, it's actually just a small one, and it is submerged a lot more than most of the peace lilies I've planted so far. So that's actually going to be interesting too, to see how that goes. So there you go. This fits nicely on the bottom. I'm just wiggling it now to make sure it does so, and it does. And as you can see, the lid comes out really nicely, and it's just a simple matter of flipping it the other way around just so they're matching up. And there's a little bit of current going from left to right here, and that'll be more than enough for the bettas. And I'm just going to put a few plants in here. I am going to put a little bit more in the female side to give her a little bit of cover, and then that's it. So the rest is just feeding and waiting. So that is pretty much it for the video. So thank you very much. Let me know what you think of this. It's there's the peace lily, by the way, and it'll be interesting to see how that grows. And as far as this container goes, I think it has a better chance. It definitely makes use of the size of the pond a lot better than just having 4 white clouds in here. So we'll see how that goes as well. So like I said, leave comments. There they are together, and let me know what you think. I will probably end up having to go to one of the koi females, but again, we'll give them a chance, and then time will tell. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you in the next video, and bye for now.